Hi guys, back with me again. My name is Hashi Ganja and I'm going to go for the right. My name is Hashi Ganja and I'm going to be your sole caster for this game right now. We are going to show you a showcase match, the quarterfinal tournament in this top cut best of 3 against William J. Santoso on your right hand side later on, and also Cornell Adyas on your left hand side. So without further ado, let's get onto the stage and let's see the game. What Pokemons will they bring in this match? Going to the screen right now. Right, going onto the screen right now on your left hand side, as we saw before, we have the very rain team, base rain team. We have the Ludicolo, Incineroar, Tapu Koko, Pulsar, Pelipper, and also Swampert. While William J. Santoso, the first time he's being on the stream today, we have the Zapdos, Bisharp, Mimikyu, Tapu Bulu, Milotic, and also Charizard. We have finished analyzing Cornell Adyas teams. Right now we're going to the William J. Santoso's team, which is pretty much we have the Bishop to guess the attack boost from the Intimidate into the Incineroar, and also on the Milotic, which is a pretty good Pokemon to counter Incineroar, especially after the Intimidate. The competitive gets into play and also raises the special deck by 2 stages, and also picks up the KO. With the +2, its Milotic is really scary. And we see the Mimikyu and also Bisharp lead from Willow J. Santoso, and there are no Intimidate on this first round. They have Ludicolo and also Pelipper. Sorry for the delay, but this guy is from Mimikyu from the Hurricane has picked. That's the decoy, but the Trick Room's coming out. And right now, Ludicolo and also Pelipper, which is the faster Pokemon on the field, will become slow on the slower part of the field, with the Bisharp and also Mimikyu gaining the speed advantage from the Trick Room. And Bisharp right now is going really strong, and with the Iron Head, with high power attack onto the Pelipper, and also Ludicolo and Mimikyu can also threaten neutral damage, but can be pretty much high damaging onto the Ludicolo and also Pelipper. And Pelipper decides to use the Hurricane onto the Bisharp with 100% accuracy with the rain, and the knockoff is going to connect onto the Pelipper, deals a lot of damage, and also knock off the Focus Sash, which is not that, but it's nice to know that it's a Focus Sash. And this Z move goes from the Mimikyu. It's going to with the never-ending Nightmare, and I hope that will be not the ending Nightmare for Cornell Adyas, as the Ludicolo is wrapped into 1,000 hands. Almost picks up the KO with only 34 HP left. The Hydro Pump connects onto the Bisharp with the stab, and also the Rain picks up the KO onto the Bisharp. And right now, Cornell Adyas is leading the first game. And William is still thinking of which Pokemon he wants to bring next into the team, into the game, into the field. He has the option to go for Charizard to set up the sun, as I said before. And right now the Charizard is going onto the field, going to probably, even though it's weak against 2 water type Pokemon, but with the Sun going to reduce the attack from water type and also deals a lot of the damage with a potential Heat Wave, which is one of the most common moves from Charizard. Let's say if it's a Y, okay? Let's say if it's a Y. But there's also some rare cases the Charizard can be an X. But the Incineroar decides to go out here right now, going to give some of the Intimidate, especially onto that Mimikyu, which is usually a physical type attack Pokemon. Charizard, if it's a Y, as it's a Y, it doesn't really need to take into account from the Intimidate, as especially Charizard Y is a special type Pokemon. And with a draw, going to for the Sun and remove the Rain. And but the Zard decides to use Protect. Doesn't want to scout and doesn't want to get any damage with the Brine, which is twice as powerful if the health is below 50%. The Shadow Claw going to connect onto the Incineroar, but it's not very effective. But with a critical hit, it's only dealing that much damage. So right now, Mimikyu is not really the best position. And right now, Charizard with the Trick Room, if it's not being set for the bulky slow mode, it's not going to be easy job for William to pick up this bulky Incineroar from Cornell Adyas side. And right now Cornell Adyas is in really good position in gaining the momentum of this game. Palper is being sandbag, probably wants to reset reset the Rain later on, but Charizard, knowing that it would predicting it and wants to save the draw as well, send out the Tapu Bulu, which is very weak against Incineroar, and they are going to fall for the Flablets. The Flablets going to connect onto the Mimikyu, picks up the KO onto the Mimikyu, and so right now Cornell Adyas is leading by 2 Pokemon against William Santoso, and actually the terrain is helping Ludicolo and also Incineroar regaining or recovering its health little by little. And as this last Pokemon is the Charizard Y, and right now Cornell Adyas, it's safe to assume that if he withdraws the Incineroar and sets up the Palper, and for the next 5 turns, it's going to rain here in this battlefield. Tapu Bulu decides to use for Protect. Doesn't want to get any fake up pressure from the Ludicolo, but the Ludicolo predicting and attacks the Charizard, and it's flinch right now. Incineroar still regaining its health little by little, thanks to the grassy terrain, and the Trick Room is now gone. Dimensions return to normal, and right now Tapu Bulu is not going to be the fastest Pokemon on the field. It needs to be more set back, needs to be more careful onto attacking both of these 2 Pokemon, especially the Incineroar, which is very strong for the typing against a Tapu Bulu. Charizard Y goes for the Air Slash, going for the Ludicolo is super effective. No miss this time. Ludicolo is going to protect and break from the Tapu Bulu, super effective onto the Incineroar, and eats the berry and regains this health until the green HP, and with the Yapapa Bear and the Flablets going to connect onto the Tapu Bulu, dealing a lot of damage. And picks up the KO, and so right now, especially with the Sun boost, that William is actually giving good terrains and good weather onto the Cornell Adyas side. He probably wants to think on which strategy he wants to bring onto his next game, especially being run into a rain team like this, and Cornell Adyas can really play really well in this game, in this matchup with the rain. I mean, like rain wins from sun type teams usually, and especially Cornell Adyas team is really rain team centric, with has 4 Pokemon really dependent on the rain, and the Pelipper decides to go out once more, going to show off that green color wings from Cornell's sides and sets up the drizzle. It's raining once more again with the protect from the Charizard. Doesn't want to get any Thunderbolts, but the Z move, Cornell Adyas decides to show off his Z move once more with that Z-like pose, and the Gigavolt Havoc is going on to this Charizard. Pro Williams want to see how much the Gigavolt Havoc is doing onto a protected Charizard. Why? Some information you want to take into account onto the next game. Around 50% of HP. It's really much. It's really a lot. It's a lot of damage. But I think right now, JJ probably wants to keep a little bit, going to get it as much as information as possible, as this is a best of 3 game. You don't want to. You want. Even though you lost the first game, you want to take the information, you want to take the momentum back onto your side and win the next game. And the first game is sealed by Cornell Adyas with that Volt Switch from the Tapu Koko. And we're going to the second. We are going to the next round of this. We're going to the next game of this top cut. William is still thinking with the Sun team on how is he going to manage to defeat the all-time powerful Cornell Adyas Rain team. On to this next game, we have Charizard and also Zapdos from William's side out of field, and instead of Tapu Koko really comfortable with the lead from his first game as he won the game, but William has decided to make some changes, especially with the Zapdos. Zapdos is really strong with he's not going for the same lead as Cornell. Cornell does not go with the same lead, but with Zapdos right now, Zapdos is currently not threatening any Pokemon of Cornell Adyas side, but we need to take into account Zapdos is really strong matchup against Pokemon such water type Pokemon such as Politoed, Pelipper, Ludicolo. Not so much against Swampert, but 3 games 1, it's definitely a Pokemon that you want to bring into the battle. And right now, Winsfield decides to withdraw the Zapdos, knowing it can't do much in the game right now, with the Tapu Bulu going to set up again the terrain. And Charizard Y decides to Mega Evolve, going to summon the sun. Summon the sun drought. And the sunlight turned harsh, but decides to go for a protect. Probably doesn't want to go with any damage and the fake out pressure as well. But the fake out is going to the Tapu Koko. And there's the Z move once more. We have seen it before with the electric terrain. Now we're going to see with the grassy terrain how much it is going to deal onto how much is it going to deal onto this Charizard Y. Oh, it's all going to the Tapu Bulu. It's not going to deal a lot of damage with the not very effective, and regains its health with the citrus berry it has shown before, and also restore its HP from the terrain. That's quite a waste of Z move, I should say. Like the Tapu Koko can actually be no, but actually it's like a Zapdos before, so dealing a lot of damage onto one of the Pokemon that's actually threatening your team. It's something that you want to go early in the game, as it can give you an advantage, but not so much in this case, because he wastes his Z move onto a Pokemon such as a Tapu Bulu, but at least Tapu Bulu eats his berry. But Incineroar is being sent back, sends out the Palpa, going to summon the rain again once more with that flappy wings. And the drizzle is coming out. Like right now, with two Pokemon with the option of using rain down, drizzle with the Palper, and also with the Palper and also a Pulsar. But it's really rare to see a team to see Palper and also Pulsar on the same team. Usually players choose which one and avoid the attack from the Heat Wave. But once again, it's on the rain. It's not going to deal a lot of damage onto this Palper. And once more, Tapu Bulu. With these two Pokemon and Cornell has with a fake out pressure. He's going for the fake out pressure every time he's sending out his Pokemon. It's really an amazing and marvelous play by Cornell Adyas. Still getting an advantage until this far into the game. And right now, Charizard is a bit in a deadlock position. He probably wants to switch it to something like Zapdos right now, or even like his last Pokemon, which is a Milotic. So right now, Cornell Adyas is being forced not to go for Incineroar, but Zapdos is going to send out once more with the pressure. And the Ludicolo is using an Ice Beam onto the Zapdos. Super effective, great prediction. Palpa uses Tailwind, and for the next 3 turns, Cornell Adyas' size Pokemon speed is going to be times 2. Right, Milotic uses Protect, doesn't want to get any damage. And the Ice Beam from the Ludicolo going to for the Super Fang once more, and there will be a freeze or not. There's no freeze. The Brian's going to connect onto the Zapdos once more, going to pick up the KO to the Zapdos right now, leaving with him only 3 Pokemon left. Probably it's a bit hard for it's still possible for William to take out the game with the Charizard is coming on once more, going to set us up the draw once more. The weather war is going on really strong right now. It's really intense. But the Milotic here is forcing the Incineroar not giving any chance for the Incineroar to come out, because if it's coming out and the Milotic can just easily picks up the KO onto with a +2, especially onto Pokemon's Incineroar, and probably with an Ice Beam neutral damage onto the Ludicolo and also Palpa. And Tapu Bulu is probably one of the last Pokemon he wants to keep. It can kills off. It's strong against Ludicolo and also Tapu Koko respectively. And the Electric Surge going to send out once more, removing the grassy terrain. Protect doesn't want to get any damage from from the Ludicolo. Giga Drain super effective onto the Milotic. He should be knowing this, but the Icy Wind is going to connect onto these two Pokemon and reduce the speed by 1, which is really good, as right now Charizard has his most option with a heat wave or even an overheat, but he still needs to remember that on the back there's still a Pelipper waiting to set up the rain once more. But the burn. Right, sorry for the difficulties just now. I'm back onto the castle desk. With the burn from Tapu Koko, it's going to deal some chip damage onto Cornell's Tapu Koko, but it's not going to be a lot of a deal as the Tapu Koko still has a Thunderbolt or like even a Thunder going onto the Milotic, onto the Charizard, as both of these two Pokemon are weak against electric types. But he also needs to take into account that Tapu Bulu can be sent out once more, set up the grassy terrain, and also reducing, not really reducing, but sets the electric damage into neutral. And the Protect is going on once more, going for the Solar Beam. Wait, did I see that right? Solar Beam? Right, Solar Beam in the rain. First time I see this, but the Icy Wind right now is not going to deal a lot of damage. Williams play really well, but you know, probably today is not his day because Cornell is really playing really well with the Tailwind, even though after the Icy Wind. So right now, the speed back to neutral. Tapu Koko gives off the offensive pressure onto these two Pokemon that is really weak against water types. And Pelipper once more is being sent back, going for the Ludicolo. Going for the Ludicolo, and Milotic is being switched back once more, going for the Tapu Bulu, and going to set up the grassy terrain. But the Charizard is still going to be locked with another Solar Beam, and the Thunderbolt is going to Thunder going to Tapu Bulu. Not very effective. Solar Beam. It is still. Oh, it's going right now. Still survived with 1 HP left. Like the game I have watched before, but with the burn, it will still picks up the KO onto the top. Whoa! No, it's still. I'm sorry about that, but the burn. And so right again once more, Tapu Bulu is helping Tapu Koko to survive. And it's going to be pretty hard on Williams. And the Protect coming out from the Charizard doesn't want to get any electric type damage or water type damage. Tapu Bulu Protect once more. Probably wants to stall, but I'm not sure if it's working or not. The Ice Beam, the Thunder going to connect onto those two protected Pokemons. And HP left, 10 HP. Going to get another HP and left again with 1 HP left. It's going to be infinite. And the Ice Beam going to connect on Tapu Bulu, super effective damage. And the Thunder once more going to connect with the 100% accuracy to the Charizard, picks up the KO into the Charizard. And right now, Tapu Koko is going to be killed by with the Wood Hammer. No, it's not, it's still. And the Ludicolo is right now fainted with the Wood Hammer. But anyway, Tapu Bulu also needs to leave the field with the recall damage to Rain Stop. Going for the 10 HP again. Going for the burn. 9 HP reduced. And with 1 HP and also no more Tailwind from Cornell side. But with only Milotic on Williams side, it's going to be pretty much difficult. Especially the Drizzle is going to be sent out once more. And 100% accuracy is going to be a guarantee from that Tapu Koko to finish off and brings Cornell Adyas to the top 4 of this PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2018 Jakarta number 3. So right now Tapu Koko is using a Protect. Milotic uses an Icy Wind going onto these 2 Pokemon, but only connects onto the Pelipper, reduce the speed by 1, and the Tailwind again once more from the Pelipper, going to raises the speed by twice, but the burn is still there. And let's see if the Protect. I think if the grassy terrains, I don't know, William might be making it to the game 3. If things happen to go on his way, he probably can picks up the Milotic as expected, uses the Protect, going to stall for the grassy terrain, and the Thunder is not going to connect with the Protect, and the Hurricane double targeting that Milotic and going to steal once more, raising the HP and the burn once more. I think this is the last round, and the grass disappeared from the battlefield. So one more Protect is what Williams need to get this to go to the 3rd game. Yeah, I think there's. So Pelipper, is she going? And both players have chosen their move. Tapu Koko uses Thunder. There's no Protect from Milotic. He does not even actually protect. Not going for a Protect. So yeah, and Winsfield is being defeated, and Cornell Adyas is going to the top 4 with score 2-0. And I think it's really interesting match against a Sun team and also a Rain team. We have seen a lot of Rain teams right now, but Cornell Adyas proves that Rain teams, in his case, is slightly better. Not only according to the status shows that we have like around 5 to 6 Rain teams today, but the consistency on his game going to switch, and with the weather war, he's always winning the weather war. And also, not letting the Charizard do a lot of damage and stuff, and in the end resulting his win onto on this top 8 match. And so right now, I think after this we'll be bringing Cornell Adyas onto the stream table. If you want to ask him question, you can't ask him question. I'll ask him question. But in any case, we'll be bringing Cornell Adyas onto the stream table, and then we'll continue with the top 4. So stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. Hi guys, while waiting for the last game between Taufik Wiradarmo against Fikri Askanugro, I'll be bringing Cornell Adyas, the winner of the match we watch just now, the top tier Rain team with 4 Pokemon. 4 Pokemons revolving around the Rain, and also 1 Incineroar and also 1 Tapu Koko to counters rain to counters the rain team type counters. Yeah. So how do you feel after you've seen that his team is revolving around the Charizard Y, and also it's probably much a Sun team.
I think I have a good matchup and some good prediction because I faced him at the Swiss round, so I know his play style.
Okay. So you're facing on the first Swiss round, and what's the result? What's the result that you get on the Swiss round?
I win.
You went also, so you went pretty much confidently, and when you play against him again, you're pretty much confident on winning the game again.
Yeah, but not really in game 2. Actually, a bit nervous because the game 2 is a bit intense. It's like almost
I mean, it's not on the first game you rule the game, you dominate the game, but on the second game it's kind of like, I think if he goes for the protect on that very last round, and then if the protect succeed, and then you need to send out your Incineroar with a Milotic, and the Milotic is +2, it's probably going to be really hard for you to win the game.
I think it's 50-50 chess, but even if you get that, I think I'm still in good position because there is Ludicolo. I'm a bit confident because Gigadet in Grassroots line I do a bit 50 or 70%, so I think it will kill Milotic.
Okay, I see. So once again, thank you so much. Good luck for your next top 4 round. And so without further ado, guys, we'll be bringing you guys to the next round onto the top 4. So stay tuned.